All right, welcome to the Crow Discovery Project. I don't know, about a year or maybe more ago, when I announced finally that the moon, that I did not view the moon as a rock in space, caused a lot of uproar. And I'm going to do a similar thing here today, having spent years now looking at the idea that I think is probably pretty likely. But first, the individual who bought Crrow777.com, the kind of fraudulent guy here who's running all this on a domain that he claims is for sale, I ran clips telling people to leave him alone a while ago because people were barraging him. You know, I almost regret making that clip now, and here's why. So not only is he, what's it called, squatting on my URL and trying to make money off work that he didn't do, now he's displaying the Masonic emblems, which kind of shows so many people spend so much time showing how kind of devious and underhanded the Masonic organizations are. So here's this guy, you know, basically putting the colors front and center. Anyhow, moving on. The first signs of spring are here, which means I'll be able to shoot shortly. And it's interesting here because with spring, we're seeing just a lot of life cycle happening. And with the life cycle, while it's a bit sad, I walked down to the beach today and found this. I think it's a raptor of some kind. I'm not sure yet. But this picture really encapsulated it. This is the first flowers that we saw come through the snow, and the cardinal that represents winter, because he's only here in the winter, had passed away. And while it's a bit sad, it is such an emblematic image. But anyhow, let's get on to the announcement. So I have spent years now looking at the lunar wave footage, looking at space, realizing that nobody is going to the moon. Nobody is going above what we call low Earth orbit. So I'm here to tell you that I have come to the point of looking at the encoded memes, movies, and everything else, and I believe space is very likely liquid or water. Now, many people point this out that read the Bible and other religious traditions, and I would point out to people who do not claim a religious tradition that this text is in fact very old in all these Bibles and other religious texts, and they do in fact make claims that the firmament separates water from water. That's the Christian version. There are many other versions that echo this sentiment. If we're to take the text at just face value and look at it, why is it telling us this? Well, with years of study in my back pocket now and many thousands of hours of telescope time, I've come to the conclusion that no rockets, no machines, no people go above what we call low Earth orbit. There seems to be a hard, fast boundary there, which is echoed in the language of the firmament. And to top it off, we are beginning to question the distance that the moon is from us. We are questioning the distance that the sun is from us. And then we have the all-important 2012 lunar wave footage, which I have said on many occasions, in fact, looks a bit like water. So I comfortably make the statement today that I think it is quite likely that space is liquid. How we can prove this, I'm not really sure, but I do know that continued observation is a step in the direction of trying to prove what in fact space is. For a lot of people, that's going to be a bridge too far, a statement that's just outlandish, but I would remind people that the only way that we learn new things is from individual thought and people who do not buy the party line and go out and look for themselves, which is what I have tried to do here. If I'm wrong, in 100 years, nothing I've said or filmed will have mattered. If I'm correct or even close to correct, then hopefully I'll further what we know. In my view, everything we know about what we call space has been lied about. And so with that, I give you space, likely water in my view. Cheers.